Celebrate 30 years of Weezer's iconic Blue album when they take over the XL Energy Center on Wednesday, September 4th. Hear all of their iconic hits when they play their debut album in full alongside special guests The Flaming Lips and Dinosaur Jr. Tickets are still available for this can't-miss show. Find out how you can get yours at KFAN.com, keyword calendar. But caller 13 right now will win your way in with a pair of tickets. Call 800-320-5326. By the way, the Power Hour is live thanks to our friends at Quantum Fiber.
KFAN.com/watch. That's right.
Nailed
Welcome
it.
back. Power Trip Morning Show here where it's 8:01. And you're going to want to turn on KFAN.com/watch right now because we have a very, very special guest sitting in the queue. I see him down there. He's right there. Zacho, are we set to do this? There he is.
Hey, there he is. It's happening.
Oh, hold on. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's up, man? How are you?
Hey.
Chef Reactions in the house on the Power Trip
I'm
Morning Show.
good. You have a guest. I wouldn't say it's special, but you definitely have a guest.
Oh, man, you have an NBA Jam machine behind
man.
you.
I do.
Go back to that, Zacho. Oh, my gosh. And what's the game beside it? Simpsons.
That's Simpsons Arcade, yeah.
My gosh.
Oh, man.
All
That's a
time.
dream.
All time.
Super cool. All right, so for those of you who, let's set this up. If you don't follow Chef Reactions on social media, you're missing out, number one. Absolutely hilarious. He's going to be on the Power Trip Morning Show this Saturday as well at 6 o'clock at the Minnesota State Fair. I found you a handful of months ago, and I want to know how often you hear a story like this. I still don't know your real name. I don't know your background. I don't know your chef history, your cooking history.
Yeah.
I just fell in love with the content. Do you hear that all the time, that people just found you and don't know anything about you, but just love what you do?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, nobody really knows anything about me, and that's kind of by design. If you've watched my videos, you know, I take care of my 90-year-old grandmother. She lives with me, or I live with her, depending on how you want to quantify that one. And the internet's a strange and weird place. And she, a 90-year-old woman, innocent woman, gets threats from strangers on the internet. So as a result, I'm very careful about what I put out there. It's more for her. It's not for me. I can take care of myself, but it's more for, I don't want to bring her any more heartache than she's already had. So
Sure.
that's not to be a buzzkill at 8 o'clock in the morning, huh?
So 121,000 viewers on YouTube or subscribers on YouTube, 3.6 million on TikTok, 400,000 on Twitter. How did this happen? When did you know that you had something, and how did you get this thing started?
Well, I had a dishwasher that worked for me. I was a professional chef, believe it or not. Haters can suck on that. I was a professional chef. And I had a dishwasher that worked for me, a young lady. She was about 20 years old. And she came in one day and she said, "Chef, check this out. I had a video go viral on TikTok." I'm like, all right, let's see what it is. And it was literally the dumbest thing I'd ever seen in my life. She was just running around the woods saying stuff. I don't even remember what she was saying on repeat, but she just kept repeating the same thing over and over again in the woods. It looked like the Blair Witch Project. So I said, okay, I guess anybody can get a 1.5 million views on TikTok. So I bet her, I said, okay, if I can do it within 2 weeks, you get the day off with pay. If I don't do it, if I don't do it within 2 weeks, you get the day off with pay. If I do it, then you work for me for free for the day. So it was on like that. And, I started posting reaction videos. I think half of it's the name, I think, Chef Reactions. I think that it's just like a catchy name. I'm a chef. I do reactions. So it's kind of stuck.
Clever.
And then, yeah, I mean, I wish I could take credit for it being clever, but it was just there. I'm like, I'm a chef and I do reactions. So it was just kind of the thing. And then like within a couple weeks, I had a video with 1.5 million views.
Wow.
Within a month, I was at 50,000 followers. Within 3 months, I was at 1 million followers. And the train has just kept on rolling since then. Now I'm coming to Minnesota.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. About a month ago or so on social, you basically said, hey, what state fair should I go to? And you got flooded with people begging you to come to the Minnesota State Fair. So how did that happen? And when did you finally make the decision that this was the spot?
Yeah, I wanted to go to a state fair this year for my YouTube channel. And as I said, I take care of grandma, so my travel schedule is kind of limited. I'm kind of I work around when I have some help to kind of step in and take care of her. So timing just kind of aligned that Minnesota was the one to go to. And like you said, literally everybody said you have to go to the Minnesota State Fair. Like there were others but not the voices were not as loud as you find Minnesotans. I have to say that the pride that you all showed in the state fair is what convinced me to come down. And then once I said I was coming down, like the reaction has just been, pardon the pun, but the reaction has just been incredible. Like I've been blown away by both of the Twin Cities.
What kind of content are you going to shoot when you're at the state fair other than being on with this show?
So I'm just going to do my YouTube stuff, which is more food reviews. Going to try as much food as I possibly can at the Minnesota State Fair. I'm also going to do a video where I kind of highlight the food scene in Minnesota and St. Paul as much as I can. I'm only there for a couple days, so I got to cram as much stuff in as I possibly can in order to fully highlight the cities as best I can for somebody who's never been.
And for somebody who has a chef background, you're going to a state fair with state fair type foods. Like, you're not expecting to find these wonderful culinary masterpieces.
No. Look, there's a place in this world for deep fried ranch just as much as there is for foie gras. You know what I mean? Like, there's life is all about balance. And even though I am a chef, I am classically trained. I have a pretty good palate. I also have what's referred to as a dumpster palate, meaning that like I'll pretty much eat anything. Like, if you see my videos, at the end of them, I rate them out of 10, and then I say whether or not I would try them. And every time it's a legitimate, honest answer. I would try. I'm like Mikey from the Life commercials. I don't know how old your audience skews.
He likes
I got it.
I'll try pretty much anything. Like, the worst that can happen is I won't like it. You know,
So
that's the worst for me.
Do you have a crew that travels with you, or is
No, it's just me and my wife. My wife does all my
Wow.
She does all my videography work. She does all my editing. I'm kind of a dummy when it comes to the technical side of pretty much anything. So I just talk, and she can handle the rest for me.
Man, that's cool.
You also talk, though, without pre-watching the videos, correct? Isn't that I think that's mainly why people love you, right? It feels like Mystery Science Theater 3000, but you're reacting live, and people appreciate how quick your jokes are and your comments are without pre-watching it.
Yeah, I mean, it only took 41 years for people to not mind me being a smartass. Usually it's always gotten me in trouble. But yeah, it's first time. I've never watched the video before, ever. If I mess up in the middle, like I start stuttering or stammering or whatever, which I tend to do, I just delete it and move on to the next one. I never pre-watch or rewatch any of the videos.
Super cool.
So I'm going to guess with this kind of traction, this many views, you're being approached by all kinds of people looking to make your career more national and put you on some sort of network or something like that. Have there been any interesting offers coming your way?
Yes and no. Like, all this stuff is very new to me, right? Like, I never started. I've been doing it now for 2.5 years, full time now for about a year and change, since I've been able to leave the kitchens. But I just kind of take it day by day. I don't tend to look too far into the future with this kind of stuff. Like, as far as I like every video I post, I think it's going to be the last one that anybody enjoys watching. And I think that's the mentality that I need to keep. I don't like to thinking too far ahead is the first step towards disappointment. So I'm trying not to be too disappointed, and just trying to take all the opportunities that come with me as they go, and not let it get to my head or think that I'm owed anything that I'm not, or anything. Like, I'm just a dude who makes videos, and I'm very lucky that for whatever reason people have taken on to it, and it's granted me opportunities like being here on the show and chatting with you guys on Saturday. I'm throwing out a first pitch at the St. Paul Saints game on Thursday. So that's 7:07 is the first pitch there. So grab your tickets if you haven't already.
Saintsbaseball.com.
Saintsbaseball.com. That's a plug. So yeah, I'm just there are some opportunities, but nothing that I'm really crazy about. I'm just trying to take care of my family and make some content, make some people laugh, and whatever happens.
Are you going to do some research? Do you have a variety of foods at the state fair? Or are you getting suggestions? Because you literally could eat something different from morning until it closes at midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We try to do that.
A lot of it on a stick.
That's kind of everything's on a stick. That's kind of the plan, is to just kind of go in there blind. I tend not to do research for two reasons. One, it requires work, and I'm just not crazy about that.
Brilliant.
And two, I just want an authentic reaction to kind of what. Every time I say it, I feel like the TM little logo needs to pop up. But I just want like to be authentic and just try things as they come to me. I do have a bunch of vendors. They reached out and they've arranged to have me sample their wares. But I don't know who and I don't know when. And I'm just kind of going in blind, which is usually the best way to get a genuine reaction. Trademark.
I saw you also ask for restaurant recommendations while you were in town, right? Not just the Minnesota State Fair. I'm sure you got flooded with a whole bunch of recommendations from our friend Gavin Kaysen, because he's got a lot of the top restaurants in Minnesota. Do you have a list of restaurants you're willing to admit to where you're headed this weekend, or not yet?
I have a couple, but I'd prefer. I'd much rather wait until it drops on the YouTube channel.
Sure.
So I can tease it. I will be getting a Juicy Lucy, though.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah.
However, I will not be saying where.
Okay.
Got it.
I know you said you don't.
It's very controversial. I've been told so many different places.
Oh, yeah.
To get the Juicy Lucy. So I'm really going for the rage bait on this one.
Brilliant.
If you don't do a lot of research and prep work, are you aware of what this radio show is like and what its listeners are like and what kind of a crowd you might be walking into on Saturday?
In the few minutes that I've been here, I've kind of gathered a little bit.
Sorry about that.
I would say, no, that's okay. Look, I am, I think it's my kind of people, to be honest with you. Like, I'm a chef. I wasn't a Michelin star chef. You know what I mean? Like it's a trade at the end of the day. I cooked food for people and I made money doing it. Like I was not a James Beard winner. I was not doing 25 course tasting menus. I was just a regular guy working at regular restaurants for regular people. And, I've always, the Midwestern approach to life is kind of the way I like to approach life, is just be good to other people, be nice to other people. They'll be nice to you, have a little fun doing it. So I'm ready for it. I'm good to go. And you know what? Ever since I said I was going to be on the show, I never knew that there was such a large intersection of my fans and KFAN fans, K-fans.
Yeah, right.
Fans.
They actually brought you to us, to be honest with you. For me, anyway. I mean, that's the way I found out about you. I'm not speaking for these guys, but our fans are huge fans of yours. So it's a good intersection there.
It's like I said, the reaction, the response from everybody in Minnesota has been a little overwhelming. Like, again, I'm just a guy who lives in his grandma's basement, and I make videos, and like I was in a couple of newspapers and articles, and now I'm here, and I'm just really excited to feel that the Midwestern hospitality in real life, because I felt it. Like, I get comments every single day. When are you going to be at the fair? What are you having at the fair? What's going on at the fair? I'm really excited. And I've been sick the last 2 days. Ooh. So I've been like, I've tested, I'm good. But I've been like purposely resting more than I would. Like, no, I'm the type that kind of pushes myself a little bit more than anybody should when they're sick. That's just from being in kitchens. But I've been like just pumping the vitamin C. I'm like, I have to feel better. So as soon as this call's over, I'm going right back to bed, and I'm going to be in tip top shape by the time I come this weekend. So
you joked a couple minutes ago about the trademark bit. Your kind of signature sign off phrase is 10 out of 10 would try. Do you not have that trademarked yet, or is that in the process? You got to get some of these things trademarked.
No, like, look, I didn't invent rating things out of 10. I didn't invent doing reaction videos. I'm not the first person to react to cooking videos. I'm not the first or last person to rate things out of 10. That would be like LeBron trying to trademark Taco Tuesday.
He did try.
Yeah, well said.
That did not work.
You know what I mean? Like, rating things out of 10 is ubiquitous. Anybody can do it. Like, I encourage you to start a TikTok account rating foods out of 10. Like, people are always like, what makes you an expert? I like food and I don't like crappy food, and I can rate things out of 10 and talking to my phone. Like, literally, that's it. I happen to work in restaurants, but I could have been a plumber and did the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, I just have an opinion and I just talk about it. But yeah, no, I've not and will not try to trademark 10 out of 10 or any derivatives of that. No.
Right on. Okay. So a couple final minutes with chef reactions. And again, he's going to be with us at the State Fair, 6 o'clock. on Saturday before the Nate Bargatze show. We're there 5 to 7, but he's going to join us about 6. Anything specific you want to do with us at 6 o'clock on Saturday? Do you have ideas, or do you want us to be creative?
No, dude, I'm pretty much open to everything. Like, let's
awesome.
Let's just
I've got a signature dish that I'm excited to make for you.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm the only person I think in America, perhaps, that likes this dish as much as I do, and it involves cake and milk. That's all I'm going to throw at you. So be ready.
Hold on a second. It sounds like a milkshake. Like that sounds like a Portillo's milkshake.
You've already heard about it, then, obviously. Oh,
yeah, that's as long as it doesn't involve an aluminum pan, then we're good.
I assume we've heard of some of the stereotypical, like tater tot, hot dish, Minnesota.
Hot dish?
Hot dish, yeah.
I've heard of hot dish. I'd like to try some hot dish when I'm there. I don't know if they would be serving that at the fair. I did understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there's an all you can drink milk station.
That's been there for 50 years.
Awesome. Are there all-you-can-crap porta potties nearby?
Yes, there are. And people use them liberally, let me tell you.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, what is your food kryptonite? Is there something that you just cannot stand? It doesn't matter how it's made?
Oh, man, that's a good question. Like, I don't like when pickles are hot.
Ooh.
If that makes sense. Most of my food things are textural, and like in my brain associates pickles with cold. So like fried pickles, or like anytime like pickles on a burger or something like that. Anytime a pickle is anything other than ice cold, I short circuit.
Well, don't go to the pickle stand at the fair.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's
right. There's an actual pickle stand.
Oh, I don't believe it.
And they're deep fried with the cream cheese sauce. Am I right? Good. Those are the ones.
Let me tell you what's good
they
at the
are
state
warm.
fair.
I like hot pickles.
Yeah, people have said that a lot about you. People love the deep fried Oreos as well, and the deep fried.
I've had those
candy
before.
bars.
Those are mediocre. That's another thing. Keep in mind, and also let this be a warning to vendors that are going to be there. I'm going to try your stuff. I'm also going to be honest about how I feel about it.
That's what we expect.
sure.
We got to have that. Absolutely.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Dude, we're all huge fans. We will see you Saturday. Thank you so much for joining us today. Oh, go ahead.
NBA Jam video game behind you. What team do you use to play on that game?
Chicago Bulls, Pippen, and Kukoc every single time.
What's unbeatable? You're unbeatable.
Yeah, wasn't it like Jordan wanted a ridiculous amount of money? There was a reason why he wasn't in the game, right?
Yeah, he wouldn't license himself out to it. He did do that like Bulls versus Celtics game for like Sega back in the day.
Yep.
But no, not in this one. So I'm also of Croatian descent. So my man Tony Kukoc, the Croatian sensation, draining threes with that rainbow arc. Shout out Tony Kukoc.
Man, you're hilarious.
Sweet.
We'll see you Saturday night.
Thanks
Looking
for
forward to
doing this,
meeting you, man.
We
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, and I look forward to meeting you all on Saturday.
Sounds good.
Thank
See
you.
you later.
At Chef Reactions, again, there's 3.6 million TikTok
Nice job,
followers,
Zacko.
400,000 on Twitter. Rosie, I'm telling you, you got to deep dive into this dude.
I will.
He is so
looked him
funny.
up.
So funny.
Kind of begs the question: how many other chefs like him? He said he wasn't a Michelin chef. He wasn't. How many others were thinking? Why didn't I think of that?
But you can tell when you're watching his videos. I think he's underselling his skill set because
He must be.
Correct.
You have to be funny.
he's
yes.
very
quick.
detailed on how they're doing it. So it's not like he's just sauce who likes food and can tell.
Right.
He's very specific about the way people use butter or do this or do that. Like he's
Mixing.
Palate
detailed.
is
he's super funny.
awesome.
Man.
Great.
Awesome.
Did anybody else get Tennessee vibes from him? Did he not remind you of Tennessee?
Tennessee.
He reminded me so much of Tennessee.
You talking about physically? Looking at
Physically
him?
and the way he spoke, and just how you could just tell. Like he's going to tell you the truth, and Tennessee is the exact same way.
Yeah.
Just ice cold.
Yeah. No, I don't. That's funny. I like. Yeah, cool, man. This could be a lot of fun. Well, I hope he's impressed by my milk and cold.
What are you doing?
He did not sound like he was going to be thrilled by it. I can't wait to have him hate it.
And now I want one of those shakes he talked about from
Portillo's.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have the cake.
Ferrero
Have you had?
spot.
Oh man, that is the best shake I've ever had. Because
That's your
there is
dream,
a
huh?
chunk. There's a chunk of cake at the bottom.
Oh, that sounds disgusting. Is it
Oh
a
my
chunk
God, are you
of cake
kidding
at the
me?
bottom?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, gross. Gross.
Somebody stole my
All
idea.
soaked up with the.
Oh, lordy.
You
look
need to
who's
talk to
horny.
Chris, Marnie, because that's basically what Chris is going to do, give or take. That sounds so gross.
Yeah, I'm going to take a big
Delicious.
slab of birthday cake, put it in a bowl, pour some ice cold milk over it, let that sumbitch soak, and then eat it with pleasure.
Great pleasure.
It's just great pleasure. Ice cold milk and an ice cold piece of cake. Now we're talking heaven. I eat it till I get sick to my belly. I throw up and eat some
He will
more.
have a lot of vendors offering their goods and services to him.
Yeah.
I am sure.
Oh, buyer
Although
beware.
with fingers
Yeah,
crossed,
exactly.
right?
Buyer
because
beware is right.
He
Well,
is
we kind
honest.
of feel that way. I think we've all expressed
I gotta
our
talk to
opinions
Gavin.
about the foods at the state fair.
I got to know if Gavin likes this guy's show or not.
I bet he does.
I bet he does.
yeah.
Gavin's that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
guy, right?
We got to get Gavin out to the fair. Let's have him come at
Yeah,
6
make him-
o'clock on Saturday. Let's have Gavin out there.
I'm going to text him right now. Wake him out of bed. He's always so wasted this time of day.
Yeah, he's always.
Dude, and by
loves
the way,
CAO.
shout out to Chef Reactions for, he went, 15 minutes? Didn't say the
Didn't
F word
cuss.
once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not one
His
time.
Is that what he's
videos
known for?
are, he can, it's,
Yeah.
it's the internet.
It's TikTok.
He can say whatever he wants.
can-
So
yeah,
he
he
slings
can
the F
sling
word
it,
quite
yeah.
frequently, but look at the guy be a pro for 15
Yeah.
straight minutes.
Yeah,
he knows
he
what
was
he's
great.
doing.
Yeah, I
Not
had my
even
hand
hints.
on the dump button
Same.
for like about 3 minutes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
he's got this.
He's got it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. God, I wish I had a stand-up video game in my basement. I
Yeah,
want a
you can
pinball
buy
machine
'em.
now. I know.
Talk to
pinball
Charge. Charge
machine
did a deep
for
dive
sure.
on pinball a
Did
year
he?
ago.
Yeah.
Man,
They're expensive.
I
as hell.
know
Yeah,
they're
they
expensive,
are.
especially if they break down.
Roser, when I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
Yep.
they had a Foo Fighters pinball machine, a Led Zeppelin
man.
pinball machine, and an AC/DC pinball machine.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the Foo Fighters one was so much fun because, like, when
They're
you
playing the music?
yeah, play the music, and then if the ball went into this certain hole, they
Right.
would get in their van and drive to a gig. It's just the coolest ever, man. I'm obsessed now.
Was that a newer one? Or was
Yeah,
it-
yes, this
so
one was
it's-
brand new. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
They're the best.
Well, you've been looking for things to buy, Hawk.
yeah,
There
I
you
know.
go.
I love buying things. I do.
The Foo Fighters pinball machine, $7,000.
I was say I thought he'd
Well,
more
give
than
me
that.
2 of them then.
You know what?
never
That-
Does
mind.
anybody else want the other
That's
That's-
one?
it must
way
be
less than a
used.
car.
$9,000.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like
Yeah.
enough.
Hey, Rosie.
Yes, sir.
Before we get a break, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I got my boy Derek over here loading in old episodes of the Power Trip Morning Show. And he loaded in an episode from July of 2006.
Okay.
I don't remember this at all. Corey, your memory's as bad as mine now, so you probably don't. You went to the All-Star game in Pittsburgh.
I did Joe Mauer's first All-Star game.
Okay. Do you remember the special thing about your bedroom or
Yes.
your hotel room? What was
Yes.
it?
It had it was the worst hotel room I've ever been in my life. It was a last minute decision to go there. It was in a basement near the boiler room, and they had a hot tub in there that looked like
In your room?
like the second, I'm using air quotes, second bedroom was a hot tub that you could not have paid me enough money to venture into. I mean, I can't
Was
even.
it not a heart-shaped jacuzzi?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
You stayed in the slut room.
By yourself?
It was,
The Jack Dawson slut room?
Yeah, you did. You stayed in the slut room.
disgusting.
My gosh,
I mean,
that was July
I
of
was with-
2006,
I
man.
was with Tom Ryther, the photographer, and I said, "You got
You
to
guys
come down."
both
and-
fit in there?
No. He had his own room.
Was he in the row zone?
No, he did not. He had his own room, and I just went.
Kiss me.
And
I
this was
remember
before-
when he specifically said, Mark, I forgot a bathing suit. You said, don't worry about it.
I got you.
the saran
Yeah, I
wrap.
remember he had HR on speed dial.
It was wow. I mean, what do they call it when you walk into a hotel room and you get the light, the
black
blue
light.
the black light?
Oh my God!
I
Grody,
thank God
can
I
you
didn't have
imagine?
that.
Hey, real quick, we're jumping all over the place, but
Sure.
he called in. Gavin Kaysen is on the phone. And,
Hi, Gavin.
Gavin.
Hold on. Hi, Gavin.
Hey, guys.
Were you listening by any chance?
Yeah, I'm not really sure how you want me to follow this.
Yeah, I know, right? Were you listening to our guest, though? Did you hear us have Chef Reactions on?
No, I didn't.
We just had him on. Are you familiar with Chef Reactions?
I am. Yes.
He's coming to visit us at the State Fair this Saturday.
That's what I hear. So where's he going to go eat? Because I know that he sent out a tweet saying where he should eat. Because I got tagged in a lot of the responses for the restaurants, for Spoon and Stable and Mara and Demi, and then the bakeries and everything. So what's going on?
He wouldn't say, because I asked him specifically, I'm like, I bet you got hammered with Gavin Kaysen spots. And he said he doesn't want to say, because I think he wants it to be a surprise and doesn't want to draw a crowd. But my guess is a lot of your restaurants are on his list, but he wouldn't say his basically restaurant set list for the week. So we don't know.
Well, I mean, he should probably show up. You know, we had the pleasure of cooking for Metallica while they were in town, so why not Chef
sweet.
Reaction?
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool. Do you like his show? Do you like that kind of thing? Does it make you giggle?
It's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, and you know, I think there's a lot of things too, like the ones that I've seen where he's watching it, and I have similar reactions. Like, why would you do this?
Yeah,
I just don't understand. You know, I mean, the guy has a brilliant gig. I love it.
Oh, that's great. And you know what? It sounds like first of all, it sounds like he gets terrible death threats, which I hate to hear that. But it also sounds like he doesn't really care to be famous. So he's the perfect guy to get famous for something like this because it doesn't seem like he cares about it at all.
Yeah, and what I love about the show, or you know, like the little gig that he does on social media with it, is his reaction to what these people are cooking. It's not only what we're all probably thinking, right, collectively as humans, but you know, to then be able to go on and articulate it in a way that he does to make everybody laugh is pretty awesome. So I hope he has some fun at the State Fair and eats really well. I wonder who's going to give him a tour at the State Fair. That's what I want to know.
Don't know.
I don't know.
Are you volunteering?
You know, I mean, I would throw it out there if he wants to go to the State Fair with me. I got a few places we can hit.
What's your go-to item?
You know, it depends. Sauce. I mean, I like a lot of the stuff that people are doing that's also new besides the classic. Like I know Yi is doing this purple, like fried purple sticky rice this year at the Union Hmong Kitchen, which looks awesome.
That sounds good.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to try some of those new things. And then there's always like the classics that I love. But like I'm always like the sucker for Martha's cookies, right? And then do you do corn dog or is it a Pronto Pup? You have to have both. The corn on the cob is always a must. And like simple things, bacon on a stick. I know it's classic and silly, but it's delicious.
Yeah,
It is
well
so
said.
good.
I appreciate that, Gavin, that you can come down to our level.
Yeah, thank you, Gavin.
Oh, come on now. I love it. You know what we're doing at the bakery? Actually, we're doing these things called a crookie. So we took a croissant and we baked a chocolate chip cookie inside of the croissant, and then we baked another chocolate chip cookie on top of the croissant. Come on. And you can buy a whole bucket of cookies at the bakery. Right?
Where could we find that if I don't know, somebody bald and overweight was looking for it?
Yeah, they're all at the Bell Course. Yes, you can go to any of them, and you can go online. You can buy them online. You can get a bucket. You can walk into the store. I mean, Sauce, there's no way you're buying one, so you can go and you can buy 3 buckets. It's fine. We won't tell anybody. They're so good. Like,
well, hang on, Gavin. Here's the trick, though.
Yeah.
Let's put your money where your mouth is. Bring him to Chef Reaction 6 o'clock Saturday night. Let's see if he likes him as much as you like him.
Oh, you want to? Okay, well, that's fine, except I'm not in town Saturday night. So I'll say, why don't you buy them and bring them over?
I'll bring them over.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Gavin, you're the best in the world. Thanks for calling in at the drop of a hat like that. We appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
You got
Bye,
it.
Gavin.
Yeah, my pleasure. Talk to you soon, guys. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Chef Gavin Kaysen.
I love that guy, man.
He's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
How weird
He's
is
such a great dad, and he's such.
and he grew up with Parrish.
So busy.
How weird is it that they grew up together?
I know, isn't it?
I know.
How
And then he
ironic,
cooked for Metallica.
I know. It's a small world, but I'd hate to paint it.
Yeah, man. He's as down to earth as it gets.
Anybody know whose line that is?
No.
Bob Ross.
Stephen Wright.
Stephen Wright.
It's a Stephen Wright line.
That's a great
Sounds
line.
That's a good line.
Gotta say it like him.
Headlines
I know.
next. Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Hi. Welcome back. Power Trip Morning Show, 8:35. It was a lot of fun. Again, props to Zacho for making that happen. And come on out to the State Fair on Saturday night.
Yeah, meet him.
Yeah, and say hello to Chef Reactions.
So, normal Power Trip crew, about half the show
Oh, is that right?
will be there Saturday night from 5 to 6. And then obviously they can hang out and meet Chef Reactions as well if they want from 6 to 7. And then basically the half that can't make it, outside of a couple, are going to be the following Wednesday. What do we saw? 6:30 to 8?
Yes, sir.
6:30 to 8. So 2 Power Trip shows. Hawk, you can't make that one.
I cannot. I'm getting a physical.
A week from tomorrow. But the
Why do I find that funny?
vast majority of us are this Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. at the State Fair. And then, I don't know, 6 or 7 of us will be next Wednesday at the fair, 6:30 to 8.
I will never go back to another fair.
Oh,
that's too bad.
See you Saturday.
Yeah.
All right, should we do some headlines
Let's
here
go.
or wrap
Let's
up
do
the
it.
old
I
power
got
trip
some
for a
stuff for you,
Tuesday?
too, so let's do it.
now it's time for headlines.
Headlines brought to you by my friends at Wolf River Electric. Got the solar panels put on yesterday. Wolf River Electric. If you want to go solar and get solar panels, just like I'm doing, I guess or technically did yesterday. Wolf River Electric's the way to go. Shout
Are
out
you
to
up
those
and
guys.
are you fired up and like connected? I mean, literally connected.
They connected it yesterday. They're coming out and finishing whatever they have left today. But it was crazy watching them do it. It looked like they were rappelling. Right? I mean, they had...
down the side of your house?
Yeah, the side of the what is that? The west side of my house. The roof line is pretty steep, so they said they had to kind of connect to the top, and it looked like it was dangerous as hell, but it looked like they were Sylvester Stallone and Cliffhanger.
Oh, great film, right, Hogs?
Oh, man.
So, hey, they're pros. They're doing what they're doing.
Do
Pretty cool.
do the solar panels always face a certain direction to get the most sun, south or west?
Exactly. They picked that side of the house, and I said that's the side I would have picked anyway. So if that's the one that has the most sun-facing spots, great, go for it.
Can't wait to hear about
I
it.
didn't ask a lot of questions. I just said, you guys know what you're doing. I will trust you guys.
When it all falls apart, we're all going to his house.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm connected to the sun.
you are, man.
But again, Marnie, now my house technically is only going to really get powered for the next couple billion years. After that, the light source is going to be gone and I'm on my own.
Will it almost be like you're outside?
I'm not going outside.
Yeah, why would he do that?
I'm not sun powered, but my house technically kind of is. Rosie, let's start with this. R.I.P. to Phil Donahue. We started the show with this, but he died Sunday at the age of 88. His show went national in 1970, ran until 1996. Phil Donahue.
Yeah, sometimes when these stories hit and you go, oh man, Phil Donahue. And then you realize he was 88 and it kind of hits you like, wait, I just remember him like in his 50s or something.
Yeah, man.
I'm growing up, watching him. He was on Channel 4. I went to a couple of his shows. He had a couple of shows here in the Twin Cities at what was then Lake Calhoun. This time of year, he taped a couple of shows out there. And, he was a pioneer. He really did. He kickstarted a lot of talk show hosts' careers. I mean, when people like Oprah, refer to him as kind of the leader of the gang and someone who, is the caller there, he did a lot of controversial stuff on his shows over the years, and then of course met his wife on the show, Marlo Thomas. They were married for
44 years.
Yeah, 44 years.
Yeah.
What a love story. So, I'm sad to see that. And, but at the same time, a hell of a life and, quite a, pioneer in daytime television, to say the least.
Did he influence your career?
No.
In no way.
No.
Not at all.
No. I was.
So fair to say he had zero impact on your life.
Yeah, I'm reading book. You're looking live now. I'm reading the book on the history of the premier pregame show, the NFL Today, with Brent Musburger and Phyllis George and our late friend Irv Cross and of course Jimmy the Greek Snyder and all their backstories, and a lot of people I know in that book and I've met, and those are the people who influenced my career. What are you talking about? Anyway,
He's reading a book.
Oh, you're just reading a book? Oh, okay. Anyway, those are the people that you're looking live.
This continues to get depressing, but more details are coming out about Matthew Perry's death.
Oh my God!
We heard about the 3 shots of ketamine, and the third one that Matthew specifically requested for a quote big one.
Right.
So that's not good. How about this? Matthew Perry's assistant found him unconscious at least twice in the weeks before his death. So this was not just a one-off either. It sounded like this was a building problem. Big time.
How many people now are supposedly involved in this? 4 or 5 people?
I don't know.
It's not good.
No, not at all.
But it sounds like, as tragic as it is, this was going to happen. Whether it was those people who provided it or
Sounds like he
some
needed
other
some better
friends.
friends.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yep.
It's very sad.
According to a new poll, how many people go out of their way to actively wash their feet in the shower versus, just letting the soap and the water do its thing on its own? What percentage of people actively wash their feet
in the shower?
In the shower.
Wow. I don't know, 15%.
10.
Yeah. You guys are both thinking along the same lines.
Guys?
Yeah, I mean, a long way to reach.
It depends.
I will exfoliate sometimes, like my heels, my
But that's
big
out of the
toe.
shower, right?
No, in the shower.
Okay. All right.
Don't worry about what I'm doing in the shower, Rose.
I'm not worrying about it.
I am. I'm very worried.
Chris is.
Yeah, that's all I
Rosie,
think about.
wondering and daydreaming and worrying are all different
They're all
things.
Shower
different.
reaction.
Marty, I find you fascinating. I would say, unless I think they're crazy dirty, I don't go out of my way to do it. But
No.
if they get dirty, then yeah, I'll get in there. But 60% of people said yes, they do.
I don't believe it.
60. 37% said absolutely not. They just let the water run over them. And then there's a couple people that are torn.
Well, if you're.
I'm in the once in a while category. I don't think I ever go out of my way to do it.
Can that percentage of Americans reach their feet?
That might be
well said.
a
That's a fair
factor.
point.
There are
Well said,
7
Bugs.
of us in these 2 rooms. That would be like 4 of us actively washing our feet.
I do.
In the shower.
Maxo, you were a yes?
Yeah.
Every time?
I mean, like, I'd say like 8 out of 10. Yeah.
8 out of 10.
I didn't used to, but my feet started getting funky in my
well,
old
there
age.
you
You know
go.
what I'm saying? So
Your old age.
What are you
So,
doing with those things?
Are you using like a body wash? Like you're just basic any kind of liquid soap?
Relax.
yeah, just body. I don't have
A
like
loo-
special
a
foot
loofah?
soap. Yeah.
A loofah.
I got a loofah. Yeah, I got the little sponge thing.
Oh,
That's not the motion I usually use for a sponge.
Oh.
Have you ever almost
You have
slipped?
2 sponges?
Zach.
Zach.
I mean, that's my only issue when I wash my feet is I put soap on and I put my foot down and it slides everywhere.
Don't you take
that-
baths?
Yeah? You want to come over sometime? I got a nice, deep Japanese soaking tub now.
Do you
Great.
really?
No.
I was going to say.
I was
I'm
looking
so
at them
jealous. Yeah, I
online and
love
I'm dreaming
bathtubs all of
now.
a sudden, man. I love them.
They're fun.
Thank you.
Maybe Zach should do bath reactions and just take baths. all
Bidet
over the
reactions.
world. Or bidet reactions.
Bidet reactions for sure.
My
Good
guess is-
every time,
My
10
guess
out of
is
10.
his face would be similar in all of them.
Going over to the lake.
Man, these soaking tubs are sweet.
Aren't they nice?
Zach, do you wash your feet when you take a bath?
Great question.
He's too stoned.
There you go, Marnie. Celebrate. You get the bobblehead.
Oh, what's going on?
Well, we used to have the bobblehead for if you got a good question.
Oh, yeah. Right. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. You get the bobblehead.
Yeah, but what if it wasn't heartfelt when the person said, that's a great question?
If it's heartfelt or not, it still feels the same.
Oh, great.
Talk about it.
He's right. He's right about that. Let me tell
Another
you.
classic
felt that in
Stephen
my
Wright line.
soul.
I've done the
I think I might have
research.
just started a church.
I've
still
done the
don't believe
research.
that's
I believe it.
Preach.
Tax exempt. The world's largest 3D printed neighborhood is nearing completion in Texas.
Yeah.
You guys ever watch the videos online of 3D printed homes?
I just did this morning for the first time.
What?
Listen, I loaded in audio. Listen to this lady.
One layer at a time, Vulcan prints a full house. It goes from the front of the slab to the back for one layer. And for these homes in particular, after 10 feet of printing in a few days, you have the wall system for a house.
The concrete floors are very cool, literally the quietness. We're right next to a bypass and you can't hear anything, so it's very quiet.
So the people that are against these rip that they feel cold, and I don't mean in terms of temperature, that there's not a lot of charm to them, that they don't have a lot of style, because this guy in the prep basically says they all kind of look like mini fortresses. But in terms of efficiency, sturdiness, minimizing waste, all these different things, they're saying, this might be the future, but this entire neighborhood 3D printed.
Because the houses are they're not built with 2x4s and the typical wood that you see. It's like cement.
Yeah, it's all this 3D printed material of whatever. And it looks like a log cabin with just layers of icing, but the icing is some kind of a concrete mix or something.
Yeah, I believe it's
Concrete
reinforced
mixers.
or something.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
how
just
much-
crazy to watch.
How much did you pay for a concrete mixer?
A lot of money.
Yeah, this
look
is
real.
sweet core.
Yeah.
Would you live
Future,
in one?
man.
How long?
I mean, I'm not going outside either way. What do I care?
Right. That's sweet.
There's
I
people
bet
outside.
they're gonna keep working on these and get them to look a little bit less industrial
Sure.
and Now we're heading in the right direction.
It's like
and they're working on that.
It's the equivalent of a Gordon Gekko or Zach Morris cell phone, right? Like they got better.
Gordon
Yeah, of
Gekko's
course. No,
cell
that's
phone.
a really good way, though.
The
That's
best.
a good way to say it. You're right. They'll get better as they go.
Yep. A man has broken the record
Biggest wiener.
for most Guinness World Records.
Oh.
I was waiting for that.
I have no idea what records he broke, but now there's a man that has the most records.
Button bar. I was waiting for that.
The record for most records.
Bono is the record.
18.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't know.
You have
Got it.
No,
60.
I don't even know how many he has or what it is. So maybe
How
somebody can look it
obscure
up. That's just
most
the
of them
headline.
are.
Yeah.
Don't know. Doritos has created, quote, zero gravity chips for space travel. And they're making some available if you make a donation to St. Jude's.
That's a good bit. That's a good bit.
All right.
Zero
That helps.
gravity
Yeah.
chips.
That's from
Doesn't
Marlon Thomas. There
everything
you go.
become zero gravity when you're in space?
You just blew my mind.
Yeah. Give me the bobblehead.
Yep. There you go. Whoa.
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 Come on.
Everybody be cool now.
Everybody take a deep breath.
You guys are
Rosie.
idiots.
I'm sorry. You're sort of
I'm
like
sorry,
they're
Martin.
idiots.
You're a professional.
Yeah,
You're
right.
a pro.
Rosie and I are so sorry
Thank
to
you.
you for the way people act.
It's just it's like when
We
you hit
come
the
in
knee
here
at the
and-
doctors. It's just a reflex, Mark.
Chris, you mentioned earlier to start the show that it's National Radio Day. It's
certainly
also,
is.
Is it really?
yeah, it is, whatever that means. It also is National Bacon Lovers Day.
Damn right.
Every day is.
Man,
Yeah.
Amen, brother.
Bacon whales.
Oh, this guy has 181 records, by the way.
damn. Do you know what most of them are?
I'm trying to look it up right now. It's
A lot of U2 and Rolling Stones. Nobody? Okay, thanks.
Oh, brilliant.
And I love bacon.
most
Yeah, bacon
vinyl. One of them is the most vinyl records smashed in 30 seconds. He broke 55 vinyl albums in 30 seconds.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
How?
Exactly.
Hi.
Where did you get that many Train albums? I did it again! Yes!
Yeah, brilliant.
Just piling on.
I love Train.
Speaking of great musicians,
Thank you.
Take a bow.
in 2001, Rolling Stone magazine claimed this person is the greatest frontman in the history of music, and he turns 54 today. 2001, Rolling Stone,
Tommy
greatest
Lee.
frontman. No, frontman.
Milford J. Vanilli.
Nope. Greatest frontman in the history of music, according to Rolling Stone. He's 54.
He's 54.
Chuck D.
John Bon Jovi.
No,
So he
he's
would have been
older than that.
34.
John Bonus.
31.
50.
Hold on.
Who's
Axl
my
Rose?
age? No, he's older than I am too.
Chad?
Not Chad Kroger.
Chad Abbott.
Scott?
Um,
And he's still with us. Pearl
Only
Jam.
50.
Eddie Vedder.
Only 54.
Come on, Sauce.
It's not
Dave
Dave
Matthews.
Matthews.
Dave Matthews.
Is it really?
No, come
His
on.
birthday's in January.
You know that?
Yeah, of course.
54.
Master P.
So he was 20.
Fred Durst.
Fred Durst. Fred Durst.
You liar.
Fred
You
Durst from
stinking
Limp
stinker.
Bizkit turns 54
You
today.
got me. I thought that we were. You stinker. You really got me on that.
Fred Durst. Happy birthday, Fred Durst.
Happy
Is he
Durst,
not
Freddie.
considered a good front man? What do you mean? Why would he?
Well, he actually is, but I just made that stuff up about
Yeah.
Rolling
He's the lead
Stone.
singer
He's
of
great.
Limp Bizkit.
Oh,
He did it for the Nookie.
He did it all for the Nookie.
Yeah, he
that's what I'm saying.
wailed.
Relatable.
All for the Nookie.
He needs something to break, by the way. Like
He's
records.
just having one of those days,
God,
man.
that song wails
Yeah,
so
they all
hard.
do.
Oh, my God.
They all
I
do.
listened to a lot of that
Deep breaths.
song. Ooh.
All right, anyway, you said you had some other stuff?
He listened to you. He took
Are
your
you?
advice.
Hoo-hoo.
The rest of this stuff isn't very good, by the way.
Oh,
Garbage.
Shannon Sharp is on ESPN. He won a iHeartRadio award.
Oh, he
He
did? For
did?
what?
For what?
I don't know. It's just in the background of his
Oh, yeah,
bit.
look at that. In the, in the
I see
background, there's an
the
iHeart
trophy.
Award. He's not kidding. I thought you were just saying breaking
Oh,
news.
yeah.
And behind him, Chef Reactions has an NBA Jam arcade and Simpsons arcade. Shannon Sharp.
There it is.
Do you know what the number one qualification to win one of those is?
Oh,
You don't work here.
Right. the most likely way you win an iHeart Music podcast award or radio award is getting paid $1 million to do a podcast and not work for the company. Chris is 1,000% correct.
Yeah.
Best Sports Podcast Award.
Yeah.
Is that what you won?
Yep.
Dear God.
Kidding.
Are you out of your mind?
for what?
Club Shay Shay.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the one that
I
had-
mean,
what's
if-
his face on?
Cat Williams.
Cat Williams.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That
was nuts.
That kicked off a whole year of chaos.
It sure did.
Cat Williams,
I hope that
man. I
award
love
that is
Cat
behind Shannon Sharp is worth $50,000. I hope they paid $50,000 for that statue.
Oh, and
for
by
the
the way,
actual item.
they need to talk to you after the show, Sauce.
Why?
Because they're going to buy more trophies for people.
So we're gonna have to let you go.
Yeah.
No, don't let me go
Well,
yet.
more people that don't work for the company need to be
support.
rewarded and recognized for their hard work.
They wouldn't do that now. Not this time of year, right before the fair. Come on.
Oh, brilliant.
Lordy,
Wow.
Lordy. All right, let's go.
Somebody
God.
did Bonus text you? Is Bonus texting you the lines he'd use?
Anyway, all right,
Anyway.
Chris, you said you had
Yeah,
something.
I do. A hospital in Georgia is being accused of losing a piece of a man's skull
Gee.
after removing it during surgery for a brain bleed.
Rosie.
What the hell?
Why are you laughing at that?
I'm not laughing. It's
They fixed Fernando Cluster with a synthetic piece after misplacing his skull fragment.
where'd that thing go?
Sounds like an episode of Grey's Anatomy.
But
They got various contradictory messages about why surgery was postponed, and ultimately Emery told them that they had lost and misplaced a part of his skull. It's mind-blowing, literally.
Well, the guy's last name is Cluster.
Yeah.
This is an absolute cluster.
It is.
Bleep.
Yeah.
How do you lose a piece of a skull?
You got to think somebody threw it away accidentally. Right?
If they threw a piece of Sauce's skull away, it would be like that scene where Fred Flintstone's car flips upside down.
Like, hey, guys, we got a new skate park.
It's a half pipe. No, that's just his cranium.
Is this one of those new 3D printed homes?
that poor fat head.
It'll look good in the Smithsonian, though.
Yeah, it certainly will.
Right next to the dinosaur.
Medical marvel.
That's a scam anyway. Carl Everett was right.
Is it really?
Yeah, the dinosaurs never existed. It's just a hoax. It's a conspiracy. They just
What about all
buried,
of the bones?
They just buried them all.
They found more
did it.
footprints this last week.
No, they
Rain.
didn't. It's part of
they
the
did.
ruse, Rosie, you gullible son of a bitch.
I love all that dinosaur stuff, man.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
T-Rex.
Oh my God! Way to go with a cliche classic.
What am I supposed to say? Brontosaurus?
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 Which I don't even think is a thing. I think it's probably actually a brachiosaurus.
What's your favorite? Yeah, tell us more, Dr. Ian
Sorry.
Malcolm.
I learned that from
good one,
Dr.
dude.
Ross Geller on Friends, who's a paleontologist.
Yeah.
Favorite dinosaur? Maybe, I don't know, Triceratops or Stegosaurus. One of the classics, but not
Classic.
T-Rex. Come
Yours is the
on.
sausage
T-Rex is the best.
Get it on, bang a gong, T-Rex.
Great song, right, Hogs?
Pterodactyls
What
are
are you talking about?
badass.
What?
Velociraptors.
Yeah.
You lost a raptor?
Yeah. Well, it'll show back up.
Hey, Marnes,
Yep.
it's cool. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you, Marnes. Hey, Marnes, you're going to get a text later today because you and Chris will be in the wild card game on Friday. We have a couple of ideas for a
Horsey.
format, but you are involved. You're playing for your tournament life on Friday.
Wow.
So
I'm
you're
going to come in just cool, calm,
maybe.
and collected.
We'll see. That's
No, you
Friday. We'll break that down later. We're back tomorrow, 5:30 to 9. 9 to noon is next.
Everybody have a wonderful day.
You too, have a love you.